folks, my name is Jim Scherz. I'm the Public Works Director for the town of Northbridge. I want to have you folks enjoy a tour of the DPW facility located at 11 Fletcher Street in Whitensville.
How you doing? My name is Jamie Lucchini. I'm the highway superintendent out here in the town of Northbridge, and I'm going to give you a walkthrough of our facility as it stands now and give you some ideas on what it might look like if this is to pass at town meeting. The first building we come to is pretty much useless in every aspect, as you can see. This is where we store our plow blades for the winter. It's basically the only spot we have over here in the right-hand corner. It's completely unsafe. As you can see, there's nothing left of the roof. It's been rotted for as long as I've been here, and it looks like a lot before that. Basically, we can't utilize this for anything, and we honestly shouldn't be using it for storage at all, but we can't leave the steel outside, otherwise it doesn't do us any good in the middle of a snowstorm when we're changing plow blades. So this will be one of the buildings that would be torn down where the new facility would be. This would be in the footprint of it. Basically, this building's already fallen down. It just hasn't finished the task yet. Right in front of that, you see our defunct fueling station that we can't put anything in because it leaks. So basically, that is completely useless to us in the middle of the night when we run out of fuel. We have to rely on private contractors or timing our fuel stops very well. This would be gone as well because it's no longer active. This building we use as storage for our small stuff because we can't fit any big trucks in there. As you can see, the roof's only about 10.5 feet high, 11 feet high. All the big trucks are at least 12 feet, so it doesn't serve us any purpose for the big equipment. There's no drainage in here. Water comes right off of the parking lot and down in here when it's raining. The back wall can't support any weight. It's basically crumbling. As you can see, all the shards everywhere. Right now we house our snow blowers we use for the town buildings and our sidewalk tractors that are about $125,000 a piece, give and take. We use this as storage for them because there's no place else to really stick them. Otherwise they'd be outside with the stuff you'll see in a little while. But this, as you can see, this has been rigged up to hold up the door because it rotted off the ceiling, so we use that so we can at least have the door go up and down. And this building will be removed. What you see right here is our washing area. This is where we wash the trucks. You know, it's not bad in the summer. I mean, we have a hose, regular size, a little bit bigger of a garden hose. It's not bad in the summer to wash off equipment, but in the winter, you know, when it's 20 degrees out and you wash equipment, you learn real quick that it freezes and it doesn't serve much purpose if the machines are frozen when they come back in. So once it gets above 32 degrees, we do wash the equipment, which brings us over to where they're stored. As you can see, they're not stored anywhere with any heat, so if we wash them, they freeze, and we have no way to get into the equipment, so we have to be very careful when we wash our equipment. You have some of our newer equipment here under tents. This is a 2012 dump truck. These are all our frontline runners. This is probably a $180,000 piece of equipment. Another piece of equipment, frontline dump truck. This, I believe, is a 2010 model or 2009. Same situation. There is some coverage. These are some of the bigger tents, which is nice. The chipper and the hot box that the town purchased, or okayed to purchase a couple of years back, used to be parked under here. But this is the brand new $189,000 wing plow vehicle we bought this year. It was approved last year at town meeting. Beautiful piece of equipment. This is the only spot we had to stick it in because of the width with the wing plow. You back it in, it makes it by about 4 inches on the crest, and as you can see, it doesn't cover the hood, so this will be exposed to the elements. Then you come down to the trucks that are a little bit older and not so fortunate to have tents. This is another frontline runner. This truck's out every snowstorm. As you can see, the rod on it. This is parked outside, so there's no coverage at all on it. These guys got to come in when they start these vehicles and let them run for about a half an hour to 45 minutes to de-ice them, you know, same as your house car, before we can actually get out on the roads, which doesn't help our timing at all, but it is what it is. Here comes another vehicle we utilize in snowstorms. These trucks' plows are out here. This is where they have to hook up their stuff out in the mud. 1-tons, as you can see. More plows behind them. Here's our only catch basin cleaner. This stays outside. And next to that is a sand truck we refurbished this winter in-house. We took apart 2 other trucks that had failed and made it into one. That stays outside. So this would primarily be the area where the new DPW facilities would be.
I just want to say a couple of things about the existing DPW building. It's a solid structure, brick building. Over the last 5 years, we improved the overhead doors that were 1941 overhead doors. We funded those out of our operating budget. It took us 3 years to install these 5 doors. The structure itself is stable, and it needs minor improvements within. And it will provide additional storage for our equipment, some of the smaller equipment, but we desperately need a larger garage with high bays.
This is the only garage space we have inside. As you can see, we're starting to get ready for summer, so we pulled a lot of the small stuff out of the Pine Grove Cemetery where it gets stored in the winter. Got to start getting it ready for the mowing season because it's coming quick. This is the only high bay we have for big equipment to come in. There's no lift, so everything's done on the floor. And I mean, granted, it's been pretty dry, so as you can see, there is a floor drain here, but it's sealed up with concrete. So when you get other trucks in here and you're working on them and there's snow melted on you, there's a puddle constantly in this whole garage. This is the only bay the loader fits in. This stays in here. And you come over to our meeting area, break area for the guys. We do all our meetings in here. So this is where we discuss day-to-day operations where the guys get their orders. This is where basically the heartbeat of the place is. Because when it rains out, this whole wall has water running down it from a non-usable exhaust fan that goes out to the back that we removed as part of the renovation. But the water comes running down right through here onto the outlets, and we push all the chainsaws and stuff we need away from it, but it does sneak down. As you can see, all the buildup from all the water that's been coming down through the years. And you can come over here, you can walk into the mechanic's office area, which doubles as the kitchen. This is where our mechanic keeps all his records on the equipment. And if you pan on over, this is what they have for a kitchen. I mean, you have a fridge, microwave, a piece of countertop over a table. This is where, you know, in the middle of the snowstorm when everything's closed, this is where we survive. It's our locker room, tools and whatnot from the buildings that we use are stored in here. Basically tuck anything where we can to save space. Then you come into our bathroom area. This is the one we got. It's a classic. We've done some improvements over the last few years, but this is where our secretary sits, my office space. This is our conference area, as you can see, Mr. Shuris. This is our conference area, and we come back into the DPW director's office space. This is a 2012 backhoe, brand new cat backhoe. We have to park this back here because this has to stay plugged in the winter. As you can see, we have to utilize whatever areas we have for electrical services, so this stays plugged in. That's why this is back here. What you're going to see us coming up on is our tool shed storage area, sign area. The electricity for that is run from an extension cord. As you can see it coming off the building there, goes to the pole, and it runs up along the river to get power out here so we can use some of our power tools in there when they're building signs and whatnot. There's no heat in this building. This is where we keep our tool storage area. This is our sign department where we store our signs, build signs. This would be where the new 6,000 to 8,000 square foot indoor heated facility with a lift and storage for all those vehicles that are outside would be. Well, that concludes the tour of the DPW facility as you see it.